Hi everyone, it's KillCam, and today I'm flying the P-47D-28 Thunderbolt. A few days ago, a subscriber named SteelPanther88 asked if I could do a P-47 video. He said the plane was giving him some problems, and I guess he wanted my take on it. The Republic P-47 Thunderbolt, also known as the Jug, is a large and heavy single-engine fighter. It is also capable of carrying a formidable array of rockets and bombs, making it one of the best multi-role fighter bombers in the game. The 8-wing mounted 50 caliber machine guns give this plane big-time stopping power. Unlike most cannon-armed planes though, your massive ammo count allows for holding down the trigger and hosing targets with lead. At the start of this first match, I pick out a Russian IL-4 bomber as my target. It's got no forward-firing pilot-control guns, so it's a good candidate to merge with from the front. I squeeze the trigger and 3 seconds later the bomber is dead and heading for the ground on fire. America. This is no pea shooter assist machine like some earlier model American fighters. After downing the IL-4, I focus in on the B-25 that was flying above it. I abandon one of my own guidelines here and try to prop stand up to engage it. My eagerness to get the next kill nearly cost me my plane, as you'll soon see. I wasn't paying enough attention to what was going on behind and below me. I nearly reached the B-25's altitude when I start to get a nagging feeling. I realize that I'm tunnel visioned and take a quick look back. That's when a pursuing enemy Yak-1's guns almost connect with my plane. I immediately turn into the attack and hold the P-47's nose up. This climbing turn denies the Yak a firing solution as its energy poor after a long climb. The Yak pilot can't get his nose up and my own guns start to come around on him instead. As this scenario begins to play out, the Yak pilot should have disengaged before this point. Were it not for the intervention of an allied Spitfire, I likely would have gotten the kill. Either way, the Yak pilot made a poor decision pursuing me. Once he missed his chance, he just made the Yak an easy target, and chasing planes above you until you nearly stall out is usually a bad idea. Having dodged that bullet, it's important to note that the P-47 is clearly not a turn fighter. Big, heavy, and with a large turning radius, this thing belongs up high as it's a pure boom and zoom plane. This crate only retains energy in a dive. That's what I do here to engage the approaching Ju-87 Stuka dive bomber. I pitch the nose of the Thunderbolt down to pick up airspeed. The Stuka counters with its own dive and tries to slip off to its right. I've got the speed to overtake the Stuka though, and 2 bursts of 50 cal break it into pieces. 2 kills and I've got almost 4,500 meters of altitude. I'm right where I want to be in the Thunderbolt, up high and on top of the battle. I take the opportunity to scan around my plane for situational awareness. With the exception of a single enemy P-63 King Cobra, I have altitude superiority. So rather than pick a fight where I'm disadvantaged, I turn towards a more vulnerable target. My guns are cycling and once they reload, I fly away from the King Cobra and back toward the middle of the fight. That's when I see a B-25 Mitchell bomber running from Glendizzle in a Spitfire. It looks to me like Glendizzle is taking a lot of flak from the B-25's tail guns. He seems to be falling back, so I move in on the bomber. It only takes a few moments to close within firing range, and soon the tail gunner switches to shooting at me. 6 seconds of machine gun fire break the B-25 up in flight for kill number 3. Keep in mind that there was a Focke-Wulf 190A1 in the vicinity, so I immediately turn toward where I last saw it. The 190 comes into view right away, and I vector the P-47 to intercept it. This is nearly ideal. I have an easy shot at the Focke-Wulf and its guns are not aimed toward me. I slash in diagonally and loose a long burst that sets the German on fire. The A-1 pilot does a quick reverse in the burning plane to escape an immediate death. Having done that, it's only a question now if the fire will kill the plane or go out. The continual dings I hear tell me the fire is persistent and inflicting further crits on the Focke-Wulf. It's only a matter of time before it will die, so I move on to engage the P-63 we saw earlier. It's just above me but well within reach for my guns, and a single burst kills the King Cobra for kill number 4. Listen to all those dings. The Focke-Wulf pilot is running out of plane fast. The A-1 burns up and I have my 5th kill in the P-47. Now at nearly 4,500 meters in altitude, there is nothing and no one to threaten the Thunderbolt up here. Later on, I've dropped to low altitude after running out of targets up high to take out. Look at the kill train on this poor TBF-1 Avenger. I don't help matters by taking potshots at the doomed plane, but I can't help but thinking this is a waste of effort. This many planes looking to finish off a smoking bomber is clearly overkill. When I look back and spot the BF-110 behind me, I focus in on it next. Look at the large turning arc of the P-47. This is exactly why you don't want to turn fight in it. If this were not a 110 which turns like the Titanic, I'd be a dead man. In any event, when within half a kilometer of the 110 I take a shot at it, scoring a fuselage crit. I'd make the turn for another attack, but a P-39 Air Cobra takes it out first. I get the assist and move on to find the next target. I'm flying aggressively here. The right move would probably be to gain altitude, but I chose otherwise. I'm at 1,000 meters altitude, and my team looks to be headed for a loss if our bombers don't start targeting vehicles and pillboxes. I didn't load my P-47 with bombs or rockets, so all I can do is look for another air target to kill. I spot a P-38G Lightning below me and wing over to drop in on its 6. The P-38 pilot knows the situation is bad and tries to get away with speed. It's to no avail because the P-47 is not slow. 3 long bursts from the P-47's 850 caliber machine guns wreck the Lightning and send it into the dirt in flames. Let the last fight I have in this match serve as the biggest takeaway about the Thunderbolt. Do not get into low altitude turn fights. The moment I start tangling with this I-16, I may as well have counted myself dead. Look at how fast the energy bleeds away from the P-47. It has no business down on the deck in this kind of engagement. I slip the I-16, but a Ki-61 Hind comes along and ends my flyout in the P-47D-28. Let's see that from Drum Robson's perspective. Well done, Drum Robson. My team and I went on to lose the match. I shot down 6 aircraft in the P-47D-28 and died in it. I did have a good feeling about the plane, which I was not expecting. Let's see if the next match I can get a better result in it. At the start of a match, my usual instinct is to climb right off the bat. This time though, I catch sight of a Russian Su-2 attacker barreling down the gorge one of the blue vehicle convoys travel through. Rather than allow the red team attacker a free shot at our precious ground vehicles, I pitch the nose down and engage. Normally, you don't want to do this on the initial merge unless an enemy plane is far in front of its team. I had an easy shot here, and all it takes is a short burst to put the Su-2 into the dirt. First kill in the bag, I look around for more. The B-7A2 was looking to be it, but a BF-109F4 wanders across my gun sight for another quick burst and kill. Now, about that B-7A2, you guys didn't think I forgot about it, did you? It was a long chase to the edge of the map, which I took the liberty of sparing you in editing. That said, for all the running the Japanese plane did, it probably cost me a kill or two in time lost pursuing it. Note, however, the range at which I opened fire and killed the bomber. Over 700 meters away, even though my gun conversions is set to 400 meters. These 850 caliber machine guns can reach out and touch someone. Now I'll also spare you from watching the long flight back from the edge. Oh, look, a German HE-111. Honestly, these things should probably not even be in the game, let alone in a rank 3 match. Slow as all hell, and with the maneuverability of an aircraft carrier, this plane is just a free kill. This pilot puts up about as valiant an effort as can be made in this plane, but in the end there can be only one result. My poor trigger discipline and the need to evade the marginally effective defensive gunners buy the German bomber a few more seconds. The small caliber defensive guns do no damage even when they score the occasional hit on me. As soon as day follows night though, my guns cycle and I go to line up another burst of 50 calibers. There's no urgency on my part as I see the tracer streak past. I just don't fear the little peas this thing shoots out at me. It should come as no surprise, this winds up being kill number 4. Don't fret, HE-111 pilot. I usually fare no better when I fly mine. Wellington ahead. I suppose the Wellington is not a whole heck of a lot better than the HE-111 when you get right down to it. I pull the trigger and this paper plane is on fire in a second. In fact, I probably should have lowered the throttle here and just lazily sat off its tail section and lit it up. Instead, I have to weave and scissor with it to get into a firing solution. Fly smarter than I did. Use your throttle. This bomber is in big trouble. It's pointed straight down and on fire. In a perfect world, I wouldn't have followed it so far down, but here we are. A few more shots for good measure and kill number 5 nonetheless. Last but not least, we have a Ju-87 Stuka set up for a classic boom and zoom attack. The dive starts at 2,600 meters altitude and directly behind the dive bomber. After a nearly 2,000 meter drop, the airspeed is over 800 kilometers per hour. Look at how the P-47 handles in a dive. It doesn't get any better than that. Less than 4 seconds of trigger time puts an end to the Ju-87 for kill number 6. The kill total in the P-47 in the last game has been matched, but without dying in the process. Unfortunately, as you can see, the ticket count for blue team is dwindling, and we went on to lose the game. Both games were lost, but as far as the P-47 went, 12 aircraft kills with 1 death. I'll be flying the P-47 some more going forward. It's a lot more fun than I thought. That's all for today, so if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, and if you haven't already, subscribe. I'm KillCam, wishing you all good hunting.